Welcome to another virtual adult improv show with the LA Connection players. Today it's the Tuesday 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time team. So if you want to follow this team, you go to our YouTube channel, LAC Comedy, click on the playlist, click on Tuesday at 4 p.m., and you can follow some of these performers who've been with me for over a year. We have 9 different teams. I'm Ken Scove, the founder and owner of the LA Connection. We're celebrating our 45th year of dishing out fine comedy improv. Our theater in Burbank is open if you come out to California. Let's introduce our cast today, starting with Matt. Felicia.
Hey, all you beautiful people. Thanks for watching. Love ya.
Melissa, her first show with us.
I'm not as nice as that. Thanks for coming, everyone. Hi, I'm Melissa.
George, who lives in 2 cities. And Maisie. It should be amazing, Grace. Her first show with us.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. So happy to be here.
Okay, the first show is called The Unknown. It's a brand new television show we're debuting tonight. Each one of them is going to put up what their unknown abilities are. Some could be the afterlife. It could be reincarnation. It could be cult. It could be the spirit world. And let's find out what each and every one of them has right now as they put it up in front of them, the spirit world. Well, let's go to our spirit world. Felicia, tell us, how did you get into finding out about the spirit world?
Yes. Now I need everyone to focus with me and internalize this energy force I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe it in. Breathe it out with a sigh. There, did you feel that? I know you felt that energy. It's strong in this room. That connection. The spirits are among us now.
Well, wait a minute. You're just saying you can breathe in and breathe out, and then that causes the spirits to be with us?
Oh, it's much more than just breathing. It's that kinetic internal energy. Surely you feel this.
Right.
Do you feel it?
I am beginning to feel something, yeah.
The hairs stand up on the back of your neck and that little chill brushes by like that. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I am getting a little bit of hair on my neck going. Let me ask you something, though. You have a lot of things around your neck, like necklaces. Are those from past lives of different people you put around your neck?
Yes, that's exactly what they are. Each and every one, a beautiful spirit waiting to be cherished and awoken and convened with. Yes.
Okay, so now these spirits, how long do they stay on our earth?
They stay on our earth. Anytime the connection is made, they're here. So forever.
Interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to talk to one of our other experts because I want to see how this works out. So we're going to go to George now in reincarnation. So now she's saying these spirit worlds, the spirits stay with us forever. But how does that affect reincarnation? Can the spirit stay and then you can go and get reincarnated and yet the old spirit still stays amongst us? Oh, I can't hear you, George. I can't hear you. Obviously, you've been reincarnated into a mute. So we'll come back to you. Maybe you have to leave and come back. So let's go to the afterlife then. Let's go to Maisie. So Maisie, you heard what she said about the spirit world and the afterlife. Okay, so can you describe what happens in the afterlife?
Well, you just pretty much, you leave your physical sense of your body and you're free to move about wherever you want to go. You can inhabit other physicalities. You can inhabit wind, rain, dogs, cats. You're really able to just tune into wherever you want to go because you're not bound to this earth by the physicality of our physical bodies. So at all times, every one of our ancestors and family is always around us, and they can be embodied in our neighbor, in our mailman, in our cat. It's just really up to you to recognize when you feel those really like-minded spirits and soul connections around you, to just connect to that and then see where that takes you. But at all times, there's the afterlife continues on in this world. Heaven and hell, we just live interchangeably with each other all the time.
So you're saying a spirit can go inside another human, or it can go inside an animal or a dog like that?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And again, it could be a positive spirit, or if that physicality or that person, that soul is weak, then that's where it gives room to give into those evil spirits or those dark spirits that can, then take over someone's entire soul. And really, you could almost lose that original individual. And then it requires for, extra work to come in, or someone to come in and do an exorcism or cleansing or things like that. But it's definitely really great to be aware of the energy and the afterlife that is all around us all the time.
Well, thank you, Maisie. All right, let's see if we got George back again now. George, let's see if you can talk.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now, George. Obviously,
I think those spirits put some kind of whammy on me,
Yeah. Well, I don't think that maybe the spirit world didn't want you to talk because you might dispute some of her theories. And that's what we have all these experts on, because what the afterlife expert just said, she said these spirits can actually go into like mailmen or dogs or other people, and that's how they have to have an exorcism. Of course, if it's a bad spirit, like Linda Blair in The Exorcist. And in the spirit world, Felicia says that spirits are all around us, negative and positive, but she didn't tell me anything about them jumping into another animal or a person. So I want to know, in your case, reincarnation, because, basically, the Catholics believe that there was no reincarnation, that you're judged on your sins, and that's it. You're one time. But you're saying reincarnation. So I want to hear your side of the story now.
Boy, you're like blowing my mind. There's so many questions there you threw at me. Let me start with just a couple things. One, Felicia and I have been together for a long time. Mm-hmm. She's always around me. I've been reincarnated a number of times. I was a gypsy queen, a gypsy woman once, and she was in the gypsy tribe too. So we've known each other for lots of time. I don't know much about these Catholic people. Once I did meet Jesus once, way back when, but that's a whole different story. But I think the answer to all your questions is basically yes.
Well, okay. That's a good way out. But so you've been many things. So how many times have you been reincarnated?
Oh, geez. I'm thinking, you kind of lose track as you go through the years, but I'm thinking upwards of 43, maybe 44. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking back to like Egypt when I was building some of the pyramids there. That was not a fun time. It's kind of hard to remember things before that. But, there was the Roman legion. There was the Roman legion time. There was the little Greek time when I was with Aristotle, Socrates, and then more recent Civil War. I've kind of moved through history. It gets a little tough to remember all these things. Right now, I'm a coach, simple coach for a kids basketball team.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that your kid was happy that you got reincarnated as his father, and now you're coaching his team. That's very admirable. So thank you, George. I would have liked to seen some of your past lives. That would have been interesting, especially that gypsy. Let's go to Matt. So Matt, aliens. So have you encountered an alien?
Have I encountered an alien? What kind of dumb question is that? Aliens are everywhere.
Okay, so what does an alien look like?
That's the thing. We don't know.
Well, that just makes sense. You just said of course, you've seen an alien. Now you're telling me you don't know what it looks like.
They can form into anything. Form into anything. That tree that you have outside? There's a 95% chance they're an alien.
So now you're saying trees are aliens.
95. Not all of them.
Okay.
Just ones you might see. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it could happen that way. And you remember the old actor Richard Burton? Yes. He had die of cirrhosis. He went back to his home planet.
Oh, so he was an alien.
Alien.
Hmm.
Everything.
Do you think that's why Elizabeth Taylor married him?
No, that was something else. but the she isn't one. I'm 100% sure she isn't one. Don't ask me how I know that.
Mm-hmm. What if you looked at an alien, and we didn't know Richard Burton was an alien. If we were actually to go inside, does he have the same organs that we have?
No, that wouldn't make any sense. They're from another planet. What, a shape-shifting thing from another planet has our organs?
Okay. So why didn't someone find that out when they did a physical on Richard Burton?
Because he was just that good.
Mm-hmm. So an alien could manifest itself into pretending like they had human organs?
Yes, that's it. That's exactly it.
Okay. I figured I'd lead you down that path and see if I can get the correct answer. That's good. Now, are you an alien?
Oh, God, no. I wouldn't want to be one of those horrific things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but
I know I'm not one.
Okay, why would you call an alien horrific? What's wrong with being an alien?
Because they're not from here, and they don't breathe our oxygen.
Okay, all right. So, do they breathe?
Well, they breathe, just not our oxygen, unless you get into one of their bodies. I know things.
Okay. All right, well, let me end up with our cult expert. I'm beginning to wonder if Matt's in a cult. So tell us what cult you're in and, what are they kind of some of the stuff they stand for?
2 years. That's all we have got left. Just 2 years. And then it's over. And then the earth is going to end. And then that's going to be it. And that's going to be everything. So my cult, we have to make sure that we drink 2 cups of juice a day, do 6 hours of yoga, and then play with our pet scorpions. We have to. We'll be the only ones saved in 2 years if we do that.
Well, wait a minute. Now you're saying play with a pet scorpion? Maybe that's the reason we're all going to die.
I don't question anything. I just live it.
Okay.
It's just how it is.
Do you think this Ukrainian invasion is going to get bigger and it's going to wipe out the earth? Is that what you're saying? Or is it the scorpions?
It's 100% the Ukrainian invasion.
What? Talk louder. There's no one listening.
I need you all to hear me. I don't know what it's going to be. It could be the Ukrainian invasion. I don't know. But in 2 years, 4 months, and 16 days, everything's going to be kablamo. That's going to be it. And we all have to put on our funny hats, drink our juice, do our yoga, and play with our scorpions. And that's how we're going to survive this thing. I swear, this is how it's going to work.
So basically what you're telling everybody, we've only got 2 years, 4 months, and 16 days to live. Why don't we just go do whatever we want then?
Because if we do that and we already know how to survive, then we're going to get punished. And if we get punished because we're not doing what we need to do, then we're not going to survive. See, now all of you guys today have to start doing this right now. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. It's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. What's the name of your cult?
The Frogs.
Okay, and you're taken seriously?
We have a pretty large YouTube subscriber list. Yes, I would say so.
How many people are in the Frog cult?
I think we're going strong at about 10,000 right now. Yeah,
really?
10,000.
Really?
Yeah, 10,000. Yeah.
Is the cult leader a frog?
Yes, surprisingly, yes. He's lived for 200 years. Hasn't died. I've never seen him, but yeah, he's there.
Do you all have to kiss the frog?
We don't see him, so we just worship from our yoga studios. Yeah.
So no one's actually seen this frog leader?
Oh, they have. I just don't know anyone who has, or I haven't.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I know that people have. Yeah.
Sounds like you're married to Matt. He's never seen an alien, but then he tells me he's seen aliens. Okay, listen, I appreciate all you guys coming on the show today. I'm definitely going to be talking to my production staff to screen you guys a little bit. Some of you guys made absolute sense, and some of you guys, I'm more confused now than I was before the show started. But I hope your team wins, George, and I hope you come back as a basketball. Okay? We can't hear you again, so we've lost your audio again. It's just amazing. There's something about him. I think it is Felicia. She's turning off his microphone from a distance. That's great. I don't know if you just now got a safety helmet on there, Maisie, but whatever that is, fantastic. Okay, George, did you have any closing comments, George?
No, I just want to say I was a frog once, but it's not a big deal.
Okay, frog without
technical issues.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you all. We're going to move on to our next game. This has been The Unknown, and I'm Ken Scope. All right, we're going to move on to the Bachelor. So, ladies, Felicia will be coming on first, and you took him to a female wrestling match, so you can minimize yourself and get yourself ready. Matt, you can minimize. Melissa, you took him to a prison, okay? And Maisie, you took George to a morgue. So get into your characters, put that next to your name, female wrestling match, prison, or morgue. Maisie, you'll come on third, so I don't need you to come out yet. Okay, welcome to The Bachelor. We have George, who's been dating over 20 different ladies. He's narrowed it down to 3. So we have the final 3 today, George. And of course, you're the one who's been able to take him out to all the different places and kind of set up the dates and set up all the meeting places and all the romantic settings. I asked the ladies this time to decide where to take you. And we're pretty excited to find out where they took you and how that went. So, George, you excited that we're down to the final 3?
I sure am, and I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you, yes, George. We can't hear you, but you know, after you've been married for 20 or 30 years, it would be better if they don't hear you. So, so you know, you're still going through the romantic, flirtatious levels with these ladies. Give yourself 5-10 years, and they probably want to mute you. But let's bring out Felicia right now. She brought you to a female wrestling match. So, Felicia, come on out, okay? And Felicia, now, why did you decide to take George to a female wrestling match?
I mean, hell, what's more sexy and exciting than that? A female wrestling match? Come on. You got all this oil slicked on, and all this fighting and female energy going on. Hell yeah. That's like the best idea on the planet. I know every man on earth will agree with me, too.
Well, George, let's see if he agrees with you. George, what did you think when all of a sudden you pulled up to the auditorium to watch a female wrestling match?
It was so awesome. She told me I had to get all dressed up, so I was in a tux, and we pulled up, and there it was in bright lights, the female wrestlers, and then we walked in, and we went right to the front, and she turned around, and she said to me in her most sexy voice, she said, "I wanted to get you so close that when those women were sweating, you'd be hit by their sweat." And I said, "Oh, Felicia, honey, there's a connection here."
Now, I know afterward, which you didn't know, and our producers knew, we actually rented out the wrestling ring, and you and Felicia got in the ring, and she body slammed you?
3 times. She kicked my ass all over that ring, and then she took the turnbuckle off, and she pushed my head into the bare turnbuckle, and I was so excited, Kent. It was just incredible, Felicia. I don't think I've ever had a night like that. I wish I could remember all of it.
Right.
I'm still on a high. It was awesome.
It's amazing. And then you both got up in the corner of each side of the ring, and then you jumped at each other and caught each other and kissed. Is that what happened?
It was actually more. It was more than that, Ken, but it was a tremendously athletic move. That's all I can say.
Right. Well, we turned the cameras off after that because we didn't want to have, that would not be appropriate for our television show. But listen, Felicia, we're going to bring you back in just a few moments. We've got to bring out the other 2, and we'll see if George is going to pick you. Okay? So go ahead and just wait in our dressing room. And now we're going to bring out Melissa. Now, she put you to a prison. So let's find out why Melissa decided to bring you to a prison. Here she is right here. Hey, Melissa, tell us why you decided to bring George to a prison.
Well, seems like George has a type. Leather jackets, taking him to see tough shit. Well, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted George to see what I do every day. I work as a female guard in an all-man's prison. Now, day in, day out, all I see are just disgusting, ravenous murderers and burglars. And I just wanted him to know that that's what I expect out of a relationship. You know, someone who's been through shit. You know, But at the same time, I want to come home from work and take a break from all of that. So, at the same time, I kind of want a softie. I kind of want someone who's the exact opposite of that. I'm trying to find a sweet spot. And seems like he had a good time. I had a great time. It's just like, take your date to work day. It was pretty fun.
Wow. So George, okay, so now you're driving up and you see the prison. What was your first thoughts?
Ken, I was a little scared on this one. I got to be honest with you. Like when we walked in, and this is one tough woman, and the bar's closed, and then she put me in the showers with the maximum security people and with the maximum security prisoners, and then she came in like 10 minutes later to save the day. But it was scary. It was a tough place, and I can't believe she lives in that kind of place and works there.
Well, now I know that when you took her back home, that she actually has bars on her front door.
Bars, yeah.
Yeah, like prison
handcuffs,
bars.
Handcuffs. Yeah. No, I know what they are. Believe me, I know what they are. I was shaking. I'm trying to get out.
Okay.
Then handcuffs in the bedroom and bully clubs all over the place.
Wow.
Her house is like a freaking prison museum when you walk around. Yeah. She doesn't have regular doors. She has sliding things with intercoms where you got to call in to get out and in.
Wow.
It's a little scary.
So it makes 50 Shades of Grey look pretty bad. I mean, it sounds like her house is a lot worse than that.
It was weird. It was strange. It was fun, but it was weird. And thank you for letting me out, Melissa. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Well, Melissa, we're going to bring you back in just a few moments to find out if he's going to choose you, and really interesting choice of taking him to the prison where you worked. And our final bachelorette is Maisie. And go ahead and minimize yourself too, Melissa. Go ahead. There you go. And Maisie, now she took you to a morgue. So I thought that was pretty bizarre. Oh, look, this is the rose she got from the last show. It still looks like it's in okay condition. So Maisie, tell everybody why you decided to take him to a morgue. I think you're frozen. Wow. She died right in the middle of the show as well.
This is what I saw, Kent, when I went with her. It was just these people like standing there, laying there, not moving, just sitting there, not moving. She took me and showed me like 10 different bodies.
Wow. And then so now she's pretending like she's one of them. Did she die right in the middle of act like she died in the middle of your date?
Do you know they put him in those sliding things? She climbed in and she put the rose to her. First, she put a rose on every body, which I thought was both sweet and eerie. Yeah. And then she climbed in the last one and she asked me to shut it. She said she gets off on that. So I shut the cadaver box.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Looks like she had to leave because she just might have died right in the middle of this, but we'll see if she comes back. But now, George, I understand she played find the dead body that was killed by a knife. Hi, Maisie. Good to have you back.
The spirits said I needed a break, so they took one for me.
Right. Now, I was just saying that, George said you climbed in one of the drawers of the morgue and put the rose on you and went back. He thought that was pretty creepy. But then you also wanted to play the game show, Guess Which Drawer Has the Guy Who Was Killed by a Knife? And why did you decide to take George to the morgue?
I thought it would be nice for him to see all of my passions like death and darkness and afterlife. And we really connected.
Mm-hmm. Now, I understand you both tried to get in one of the drawers together.
Yes, it was magical. I could feel his spirit hands all over me.
Mm-hmm. Wow, George, how did that go? I would not imagine. It must have been one of the ones where it would have like a large man, but the two of you who are not very large could actually fit in. How did you both get into that particular drawer?
Oh, you can tell Maisie we were careful. Yeah.
Oh my. Wow. Well, okay, let's have Maisie stay out here before she eats the whole rose. And let's bring out the other two. Let's bring out Felicia, who brought you to a wrestling thing, and Prison, Melissa. Let's get them all up on full screen. And George, you're going to have to choose one of these ladies. And I mean, it sounds like, having fun in the wrestling ring, having fun at Melissa's prison house, and then Maisie in the drawer of the morgue. It sounds like you have some pretty sexually active women here to choose from.
That's true, Ken. And it's going to be such a hard decision. I just want each of you to know that I value and respect you all as a person. And I'm so glad we had sex with each of you.
Wow. Can we make Melissa a little larger with everybody else here? That's beautiful. Okay. Wonderful. Okay, well, George, you have to make a decision. Then we'll hear closing comments from the one you didn't choose.
It's so hard. It's so hard. I want the kids to be athletic, so I'm going to go with Felicia.
Felicia, uh-oh. Okay, well, wow. The two you chose seem to be a little bit more, that you did not choose, seem a little more violent. So we'll find out what happened. Let's start out with Melissa. Melissa, your closing comments?
Yeah, it hurts when you open your heart and your prison to someone and they reject it. But George, I completely understand. I also value athleticism, and I will be looking for that in my partner someday.
Okay, well, we have an old boot from Pearlie waiting for you backstage. Okay, so you can just go ahead and go hit that. Thank you, Melissa. All right, so Maisie, any closing comments?
I'll see you in my dreams.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Maisie. Okay, we have a cadaver waiting for you backstage, so go ahead and minimize yourself and go get your cadaver now. Okay, well, Felicia, you won. How do you feel?
Woo! 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 Hell yeah! Let's go, George. Let's go. Woo!
Well, George, the good news is we've actually going to let you go back to another female wrestling match in which this time Felicia is going to be wrestling one of the champions, so you'll be able to watch her in action. She didn't tell you she actually is a professional wrestler as well, so there'll be a lot more body slamming for you, George. Any closing
pin
comments,
me, baby,
George?
pin me.
Pin me. Okay, I think that's his closing comments. This has been The Bachelor. Thanks for watching. Okay, we're going to move on now to the guest house rental search. So go ahead and, Maisie, go ahead and minimize yourself. And Felicia, if you want to come back out whenever you're ready. Hold on, Matt, we'll bring you out. Okay, so, I'm going to switch myself into a different character here. The bearded guy, dark-haired guy. And whenever Felicia's ready, that gives me time to change. There I am. All right. Okay, Felicia, whenever you're ready, you can come on out here, honey. Now, here's the deal. Felicia and I are a married couple, and we need to rent out our guest house because I'm retiring, and Felicia's retired, and she's going to be giving up her yoga studio, and I'm going to be giving up my man cave, but we need the money so we can help, travel a little bit, and that way we'll have somebody around our house. So, honey, you put the ad in, right?
I did, sugar. I put that ad in there, so we're all set. And
Yeah.
I think we've got some potential renters here.
Yeah, I see you got 3 here. I'm a little weirded out that you'd use Craigslist, but that's all right. So before we bring him out, the first guy, before we bring out him, Matt, he's on parole, which is weird. Melissa, who's our second one coming out, is a college student. And the third one, Maisie, is a massage therapist. So we have a kind of a wide range of people coming out here. The Craigslist. So you just screened a bunch of other people and you narrowed it down to these 3?
Yes, I really honestly thought these were the best 3 of all of them, sugar, because some of them, they had like a list of felonies and stuff, and I didn't think that'd be too safe.
Yeah.
So,
well, this first guy is out on parole, so he's obviously got something. Maybe he's not that bad, but let's bring him out. Matt, you can come on back in now. Come on into the room. Okay, Matt, let me ask you first, why do you want the guest house?
Why do I want the guest house? It's because, Well, there have been since I'm on parole, I'm trying to create a cleaner image for myself, and I felt having this guest house could be the first step towards having a. Wait, no, I shouldn't say that part.
What are you talking to yourself now? What do you mean?
I was about to divulge something that I feel I shouldn't. So I do want it to help my image.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, my wife and I like to know what are you out on parole for?
Oh, various misdeeds.
Give us one misdeed.
I sold cocaine to teenagers.
Honey, how do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, was it just like a regular cocaine or like that hard crack stuff? I mean, which one was it? Because one's so much worse than another.
Regular.
Okay.
Yeah, regular.
Now we only like premium. Okay, so you're gonna have to get out. We only want premium. We don't do regulars like gas stations. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and minimize yourself. Get the hell out of our guest house.
Good choice, babe.
I don't think you should have brought cocaine if you knew he was a cocaine guy. All right, well, this next one's Melissa. She's a college student. Melissa, come on out. Okay, I don't know why she says prison next to her name. That's really weird. So you're a college student. Tell us why you want the guest house.
Well, as an art student, I find it very important to, what you might say, have a muse. And I saw this house in the list of Craigs, and I don't know how many Craigs, but anyways, I saw this house and I thought, perfect. It's got a view of the yard. It's got birds singing outside. I could sit there. I could paint. I could dance. I could do anything. That's what I
saw some of your sketches of nude men.
That is true. I spent some time in France, and in France, they're a lot more risque there. Can tell you that I learned that skill there, and I hopefully will not have to practice anymore because it was not my favorite subject at school.
Mm-hmm.
Bonjour, Melissa. Je parle en français.
Oh.
My wife went to France once. Okay?
Oui.
That's before we were married. It was a big influence on her. All right, could you have a question since you were in France and I wasn't? Something you want to get to know about her?
Oui. Well, what I'd like to know, Sugar, is so how much money do you make on these paintings of these naked men? A lot?
So far, a very small amount. As I am in school and as I am ferociously in debt, most of the money that I've been making off of these paintings, $5, $10.
That's not enough to pay rent. I don't think. No, we don't want no loser artists in here. Okay, and you're a college student. You probably don't have any money. So why don't you take your hidey-dotty little accent, whatever that talk you do, and then go move on. Go on back and get a dorm room. Okay, you don't belong in this guest house. Okay, so bye-bye. Honey, your screening's so far very, very bad. Well, I have one more here. It's Maisie. She's a massage therapist. Let's bring her out.
Maybe this the one, Sugar.
Yeah. Well, let's see if she's the one. Obviously, she's late. Where is Maisie? She's a massage therapist. I think she's left the building. It's the first M.
Maybe she's a little nervous, honey. Sometimes I get a little shy.
There she is. Bring her out here. Here she is. Okay. Oh, yeah. Unmute yourself. Go ahead so we can hear you talking to us.
I apologize for that. I had a session that ran late. I'm sorry.
Okay. So now tell us why you want our guest house.
Well, I am looking for a new studio for my business. It's continuing to grow. I do just want to give you a quick warning. I do specialize in a specific type of massage for a specific type of client. So my best friend is actually a quadriplegic midget, and I realized that there was a market for these really small, frail, torso individuals, and they don't feel like they get the adequate massage, since most massage therapists are really, trained in all the other parts.
What happened to the audio? Did I lose mine?
I can hear you, Sugar.
Okay.
But I can't hear her no more, but she's
No, I can't hear her anymore. We lost your audio. We can't hear you. She can't hear us, we can't hear her.
She can't hear us either. She done gone deaf.
That's the best kind of massage therapist. So, I don't know about you, but can you hear me now? Talk to me.
Can you hear us now, Sugar?
No, she can't hear us. What kind of people you bring over to our house? I think she's giving happy endings to people with just torsos. That's weird.
I think you're right, like to the midget ones, I think. Yeah.
Now,
I froze again.
Yeah, that's okay. Are you saying you're giving happy endings to midgets with just torsos?
I mean, I'm not allowed to say that, since it's not really something that's looked upon kindly, but yes. Yeah.
I like her honesty, Sugar. I really do.
Well, sometimes I wish I was a midget. Anyway, what the hell? Let's give her the room. I've never seen a midget torso happy ending. That I'd like to see that just for my own amusement. Since I haven't
that's
had
extra, but if we could arrange it.
Yeah, I mean, my wife and I haven't had sex in 12 years, so I'm looking for anything I can. I'm going to go work on my torso exercises. Okay, check in. Go ahead and sign the contract, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
I'm so
bye-bye
excited.
now. Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
You can go into the guest house now. Go on. All right, honey, I think we got something.
We did it, Sugar. I told you that third one's a charm, right?
Yeah, well, happy endings are a charm. Hey, listen, this has been the guest house search. Honey, go check on her in the guest house. Make sure she's got towels and soap.
Oh.
Okay, bye-bye now. Okay, this is where I get to change back. Let me change back. Actually, I need to change into a medium. Can you change me into a medium? Is that possible? 1, 2. Yes. Yes, I'm beginning to feel this coming on now. Okay. I'm gonna bring Felicia back out here for a second. Felicia, come back out. Okay, Felicia. Now I know you wanted to try and meet some of the people in the afterlife, so first, what man would you like to meet? An ex-boyfriend who passed on? Former husband who might have died in something? A grandparent? A pet? An animal? Who do you want?
I would love to see my little Poochie Poo sugar bear named Clo-Bear. And she's this precious little chihuahua. And she just was like...
Oh,
so
that chihuahua, Clo-Bear. That's, yes, she goes by the name Melissa now. Let's bring her out right now. Your chihuahua dog. Here she is.
Oh, look at the face and the eyes. I see you, Clo-Bear. I love you, baby. I love you. I missed you.
Mama?
Are you okay?
Mama, I'm great. Mama, there's so many squirrels up there. Mama, you won't believe it. I've been chasing them up and down all day, Mama.
Oh, I love it. You're chasing squirrels.
Mama, I've been missing. Mama, do you have any of those treats? They actually don't have them in heaven. They're only sold on Amazon, back on Earth, and there's none up there. So do you have any of those biscuits that I love, Mama?
Sugar, of course I do, right here. I want to give that to you. Oh, I love you. I love you.
Mama, did you get any chihuahuas after me?
Of course not, Sugar. No, of course I would never do that. No.
Oh, no, she knows you're lying. You're lying to her. You got another one. She's going to go. You can't lie to the afterlife. We're losing her. She's gone. Oh, you should have been truthful. Okay, you got one more. Now this is, I'm visioning some sort of a man. What kind of man do you want to come back? Who do you want to talk to?
I want to talk to my linebacker football player guy that I went to sophomore, junior, senior prom with in high school.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to bring him back as if he was your age, even though he died of a very bad bus crash after he left the football field. I'm sorry to hear that, but let's bring him back now as the same age as you to show you what he'll look like. His name's George. George. Come in, George.
George? Oh my gosh, you look amazing at my age. Hi.
Wait, I can't hear him. I need to send him away and have him come back. I need to send him away. The bus crash was too much. He'll be back. I'm getting him. I'm feeling him. My third eye is feeling him. Here he is.
Yes.
This is awesome, man.
Hi, George. Welcome back.
That's all right. I've been reincarnated a lot, and I'm just waiting now for another one.
Yes, you're back. How are you? You look amazing.
So do you. I wish, it's one of the things I wish I would have hung in there with you and we could have been a thing, and I miss you every day. Till then I'm hopeful maybe I can come back, like as one of your little dogs. Maybe you could scratch my belly or something like you used to do that little mutt when we were kids, and it would be great.
Love that. That would be amazing. But don't tell Chloe Bear, okay? But yes, that would be awesome.
It's a pretty sensitive little dog you had there,
Yes, she's a little sensitive and just a mommy's girl, and you know how they are, really
You
jealous.
shouldn't have brought up the dog. The dog once bit
We were
him on
good
the
together.
lip.
We really
When
were.
you guys were kissing, the dog bit him on the lip right before the bus. He's going. I'm losing him. Oh, we lost him. Well, Felicia, go ahead and go out and do your Venmo. It's $100 per person. And I'll see you back next week. Think of who you want to talk to.
Thank you so much, Three Eyes. I loved this. It's worth every penny. Namaste.
Bye-bye. Now let's see if I can change back one more time. To me. 1, 2, 3. No, that's not me. Let's try this again. 1, 2. No. God, I've got to get back. 1, 2. Thank you. No, me. That's a bad me. That's me being a baby.
No, wrong
What?
year. You didn't
Wrong year. Okay, me at my own age. Okay, thank God. Wow, that was tough on me. Okay, let's bring out Matt and George. They're going to do a little genre calls for us. Now, genre calls, you guys are going to be searching for the needle in the haystack. So Matt and George, come on out. George, we lost George again. George is going to get his audio back. Matt, how are you? There he is. George, so go ahead and talk. So
Hello, reincarnation.
Yeah, get rid of that reincarnation, George. So let's see if we can hear you, George, before we start the game.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Okay, good. So you guys are looking for the needle in the haystack. Okay? The euphemism, the needle in the haystack. Okay, so now you'll be looking for that. And you're going to start off as a soap opera. Now, I'm going to minimize myself, but you'll hear me giving you different genres. So go ahead and minimize me. And search of the needle in the haystack, soap opera style to start.
Matthew, I think this may be hopeless, but we have to try to find it for all humanity.
No needle will go unfound. This is something we must do for Barbara.
For humanity, take each straw, carefully examine it, look at it, feel it, and one day we will find it.
This is taking too long. Barbara will find out soon.
Gangster.
Hey, fuck a Barbara. I told you. What are you? Come on. You slapped her upside the head.
I know you said find a needle in the haystack, but We got to do this for Vinny. We can't just do it. We can't just go all for cocked here. Wait, that was Jewish. Whatever.
Hey, you've been hanging around with the Jewish gang. Hey.
No. It was something I saw on TV.
Oh, okay. So go back to Barbara. I want you to behave like a man. You say to her, hey, I'm the man in the house. I got to go out and work and earn a living, right? Even if it means I'm out all night looking at a haystack.
Western.
What's been Western? Okay.
Well, Matthew, we're going to have a shootout if you don't listen to me, big boy.
This isn't something I had in mind when I started today. But
well, that's just too bad. You gut it out, man, and don't be reaching for that hand down there where that gun is.
You mean this hand?
Wow, man, you are quick. You are the fastest draw.
Thriller.
Hey, look over there. You dumbass. Drop that gun right now.
Wait. Did you hear that?
What?
He found us.
Who?
The spirit. The spirit of the haystack. It found us.
Well, I'm just going to tie him down and let's put a little fire in this haystack and we'll burn that thing right away.
It's immune to fire. Didn't you read the bylaws?
What did that guy say?
Children.
Oh, I'm afraid of fire. I don't want to be in a fire.
There's nothing to be afraid of as long as fire is kept at a safe distance. Oh. It keeps you warm. It's safe.
That's why you're my big brother.
It warms your food.
You're my big brother. Okay, go ahead. Here, start the fire. Go ahead. I'll watch. Go ahead, big brother. Start the fire. Burn that spirit.
Now, don't do this. Don't do that.
We got the fire going. Blow on it. Blow on it.
Sitcom.
So, you burn the fire? Yeah, you burn the haystack?
Yeah, I think you should. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't be the first time you failed at something.
No, I failed at many things.
Well, do you have anything else happening tonight? Not that I care. I just want to know whether to have to come.
I met a lovely girl today at the coffee shop. She looked lovely in every respect.
Oh, good. Another strikeout.
Oh,
Silent.
Yes.
Silent movie. And that's our genre calls. Good job, you guys. Okay, let's bring out the whole cast now. Our final game is going to be acronym panels. So I need each one of you to put your expertise or your occupation next to what your name is. You can put your name up there and tell me what your expertise is. I'm going to be giving you acronyms, and you're going to be telling me what those letters stand for.
Wait,
okay.
So do we come up with the acronym?
I will give you the acronym. All you have to do is come up with your occupation. What do you want to be? Next to your name. Go ahead and make sure you stay muted. Stay muted. We don't need to hear your brain thinking. Okay, so you could be anything you want. You could be a physicist, a doctor, a florist, a teacher, a dog walker. So we have a dentist. And Felicia is going to be, and Maisie is going to be. And then what will happen is I'm going to be giving these guys letters that stand for something else. That's what's called an acronym. So let's say MIA is missing in action. But the dentist would have to say what MIA means to them, or the dog walker, or the teacher, or the motivational speaker, or the florist. So here's the first acronym, guys. PTA, what it really stands for is Parent Teachers Association. But what you're going to do is tell it what it stands for in your occupation. Now remember to do your story first and end with, that's why I always say PTA, and then tell us what that acronym means. So whoever would like to go first, just go ahead and raise your hand and I'll call on you. Okay, so we have the motivational speaker, PTA. Go ahead and unmute yourself and let's hear what this means.
PTA is an acronym that I use almost daily in most of my speaking. Positive, transcendentation, and ascension. So it's all about the power of positive thinking and how we utilize that to transcend above and ascend to the next level. And it's an important part of all of my teachings that I have, all of the people that I speak to. I really make sure that I really talk about positive, transcendental ascension.
Right. It's that second word that always gets you. Okay. That's fantastic. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Let's go with our spelling teacher. Go ahead and just mute yourself there, motivational speaker. Spelling teacher, go ahead.
Well, as a teacher, I'm highly educated and I work with kids and I'm noble and far superior to every other occupation in the world. Mm-hmm. And teachers deserve so much. So I think when we use PTA, it means pay teachers awesomely because we deserve it.
Mm-hmm. The way you spelled teacher, though, a little scary. Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully you're teaching kindergarten. All right. So you're doing more phonetics. Let's see who's up next. Oh, good. The dog walker. Go ahead. PTA.
Right. So normally PTA happens when a doggy gets what I like to call poop tushy angst. Basically, what that means is they get a little scared to go poop. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes if it's like really cold outside or if it's snowing or even if it's really hot outside, they don't want to go. So they get poop tushy angst. So basically what you kind of have to do is you kind of just have to talk to them and say, like, it's okay. Like, look, I can do it too. And you kind of squat and you're both kind of squatting. And yeah, and then they don't have poop tushy angst anymore. Yeah.
Wow. You're more than just a dog walker. Okay, let's go to our florist. How's that? Go ahead, florist. Tell us what PTA means.
Hi, yes, I'm a florist, and I have a very unique floral shop that is called Peonies That Attract. And my floral arrangements are unique because they're imbued with pheromones to help the lovely couple fall in love. Peonies That Attract.
Wow. Yes. All right, let's hear our dentist. What's PTA mean to the dentist?
As someone who has always gone with the cleaning of teeth and the straightening of teeth, I always believe in the very profound thing. It was originally put teeth forward, but no one would trademark PTF. So it was put teeth ascendingly, because that was the only way, as that was the only one they would take. Okay. But I have it on my wall and everyone loves it.
All right, well, thank you. We have one more acronym. It's CBS, Columbian Broadcasting System is what it means, the CBS TV network. But what does CBS mean to one of these five? Whoever wants to go first? Or second? Whoever wants to go second now. That way we'll just forget the first person. Okay. Are we now going third? Who's going third? Is anybody going? Okay, good. The florist is finally going. Okay, here we go.
Yes. CBS means to me, carnations bring sunshine, optimism, and joy. Carnations bring sunshine. And
That's beautiful. Do. That's beautiful. Yes. And what kind of flower are you wearing right now?
Well, it would be really neat if this was a carnation. It could be. Look at it closely.
It's a little bit like it, sure. Yeah.
A little bit like a carnation. Let's call it a purple carnation that brings sunshine.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, who's next? Okay, we have the dog walker.
Right. So along the lines of poop tushy angst, so sometimes you forget the poopy bags at home. And this is something that I've run into a couple of times. And so what I've done in the past is I've just left it there. I'm a bad dog walker, but basically CBS stands for can't borrow sacks. Like sacks, you can't borrow other people's bags or sacks for the poopies. I asked one time, I was like, hey ma'am, can I have that bag, that plastic bag? Has like some stuff in it. It didn't look like a lot. And she was like, no, so can't borrow sacks. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. I don't think people want to share poop bags. Okay, let's go with the dentist this time. Go ahead, Dennis.
One thing I've learned through people who don't brush is that their parts of their front teeth can get extremely brittle and suddenly get damaged out of nowhere. So I've always said canines break suddenly. Have that on your wall and brush your teeth, kids.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's go now with the motivational speaker. Go ahead.
Yeah, so CBS to me means change being stupid. I mean, let's just get with it, you guys. It's time to change for the better. Don't be stupid. Change being stupid.
Wow, that's a really good motivational speech headline. Okay, let's go. We're going to go with our teacher, but obviously he's learning how to not only spell correctly, but actually just to even learn how to work his computer. He'd be a terrible online teacher. Well, I hope he makes it back on time. Let's see. Here he is. You have got to be the worst teacher I've ever seen. You don't even know how to work a computer. You're not an online teacher, are you? Okay, go ahead. CBS.
Okay. First, I want to say I fixed the typo, and I apologize for that, but we're very busy.
Right.
We are heroes, and we have suffered greatly over the last 2 years. So in our teachers' meeting, we have the acronym CBC, which means cash before children. We need more money, and that's our thinking right now. And thank you for giving me this platform to express those thoughts.
Right. It was actually CBS, but that's okay because that fits into the kind of person you are, which is you're a spelling teacher. So, I mean, come on. Hey, this has been our show. What a fine hour of fun and amusement. You guys can see this show, a whole show, if you want to watch it again on LAC Comedy on YouTube. You can see all the Tuesday shows and all the other 9 teams if you want. Again, I'm Ken Scove. Give it up for Felicia. And Matt. And her first show, Melissa. First show, Maisie. And we don't want to say the last show, but he'll learn to spell. George. Who's now frozen. This is amazing, George. This is perfect. You're the perfect person for the show today because now you're frozen. We couldn't hear you. What the heck is going on in Chicago? I'm Ken Scove. This has been the LA Connection. We'll see you in 4 weeks with the same team. And there went George. See, he's gone again. He'll come back maybe to wave goodbye. You guys stay with me afterward. Here he comes. Hey, there, George. Yeah, go ahead. Wave goodbye, George. You were perfect for this show. Now Matt's gone. What did you do? You disappeared him. This is amazing. Bye-bye, everybody. Okay, we're clear. Good job. Good job. That was good. We can work with all the problems. The funny thing is, Maisie, now she left. She's supposed to be at notes. They'll learn.